Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina on the ACC Network Extra as the series between the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Wolfpack continues. I'm Sam Harding, joined by Softball America's Marin Angus. And yesterday, the Wolfpack dropped the first game of the series 4-2 against the Hokies. Sam Russ had a leadoff triple for the Wolfpack, resulted in nothing in that inning. And then the Hokies came out with a hot third inning.
Yeah, Virginia Tech, it was all Hokies in that third inning with 3 runs and 3 hits. Darby Troll, Caitlin Nolan, and Emma Strauss all collecting RBIs that inning.
And then Logan Morris gets her 7th home run of the season, starting to rally in the 4th. Only 1 run in that 4th inning, but in the bottom of the 7th, the Wolfpack trying to get something going with a fielder's choice there, and Eberly was just too much for them.
Yeah, Carrie Eberly was a master in the circle, going the distance with 7 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts.
And on the mound in the pinstripes today is number 25, Devin Wallace for the Wolfpack. And Wallace comes in with a 7-5 record on the season. In the box against her, hitting leadoff for the second day in a row is number 9, Al Velasquez. 1-0 count to Velasquez as Wallace checks her wrist. Another ball. And hitting second after Velasquez is Darby Troll out in center field. Following her is Caitlin Nolan. Hitting cleanup is Emma Strauss. Kelsey Bennett in the 5. Jamie Bailey at 6th. Lauren Duff at 7th. Mackenzie Lauder at 8th. And rounding things up is Maddie Banks. Wallace really fell behind in this count so far, 3-0.
Wallace presents a bit of a different look as she likes to live a little higher in the zone. She really likes to go to that rise ball, and she lives in the upper 60s and can touch 70.
Wallace gets her first strike of the day there. 3-1 count. Wallace delivers. That's ball 4 to Velasquez as she walks down. Velasquez gets her 2nd leadoff walk of the series. Walked yesterday by Nestor. That brings Troll up to bat, who's hitting .452 with 3 home runs and 19 RBIs. Wild pitch by Wallace. Wagner's just going to eat it, and that advances Velasquez to second base.
Pitching coach Chelsea Wilkinson coming out to the circle now to talk to Wallace. Looks like maybe a little bit of a miscommunication, and then you can see Wallace is working on her release point there. Just, you know, for this NC State pitching staff, they're ranked number 2 in the ACC right now, and they're really struggling early on with all of the walks that we saw yesterday, and then getting this leadoff batter walk again today. It's very uncharacteristic of them.
Yesterday, Nestor had 3 walks and a wild pitch of her own. And Wallace stands to deliver here, swings her arm, delivers a strike. Corners are playing in for the Wolfpack. Ball high and inside.
If I'm Virginia Tech right now, I'm not swinging until Devin Wallace throws a strike, period. Goes on to the next batter because she's really struggling right now to find that strike zone.
Now 3-1 in the count. Wallace got her strike there, as you were saying. On deck for the Hokies is number 13, Caitlin Nolan. And that's ball 4, a second walk in a row from Wallace. That brings Nolan to the plate, who Nolan yesterday, she started that rally she helped bring the rally in the third for the Hokies with a RBI double, and she had a run of her own. Now she's got 2 runners on, first and second. Another wild pitch there. Runners now advance to the scoring position.
This is not the start NC State wants out of their pitcher. She's struggling just to find the zone. She's all over the place control-wise. As you see the infield coming together, you know, just talking to her, like trying to settle her down, like, hey, come on, we need you. She's got to let her defense make plays.
There hasn't been a swing yet by this Hokies team, really forcing Wallace to start throwing strikes to him.
And as they should. If she's not throwing strikes, they shouldn't swing.
Oh, come on, Blue.
Ball low. Nolan comes in hitting .319 with 7 home runs and 22 RBIs. Another outside pitch. Looked like Nolan wanted to swing there. She held back. Also delivers the ball and walks the bases loaded. And coming up to bat now is Emma Strauss. As Coach Swift goes out.
Look for a pitching change. Here we go. Sydney Nestor coming into the game.
Nestor pitched yesterday. Got the loss. Went 7 innings. Let up 6 hits, 1 earned run. She had 3 walks we talked about, and 6 strikeouts as well against a team that does not strike out often.
Yeah, Nestor's the hot hand right now. And we talked to Coach Jennifer Patrick Swift, you know, before the game yesterday, and she said, hey, I'm going to ride the hot hand, and this is who's hot right now. She's the ACC Pitcher of the Week. She may be a freshman, but she's very composed in the circle. And this is a situation now where, you know, your teammate walks the bases loaded, and you've got to come in and kind of clean up the mess.
And that brings Emma Strauss to the plate, who yesterday was 2 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. She's going to cause trouble for Nestor now on the mound. Nestor swings. First pitch swing, and that is going to be gone. Is it right to dead center as Strauss, first swing of the day for the Hokies, plates 4 on that swing.
If you're going to swing at a pitch, you got to make it count, and she was not waiting on that. She saw it right in her wheelhouse.
Strauss saw Nestor 3 at-bats yesterday. Didn't need to take long for her 4th, as she sends that one out in a hurry.
Yeah, Nestor leaves that pitch middle, and Strauss just puts a good swing on it and sends it out dead center.
That's Strauss' 5th home run of the season. Now up to bat is number 8, Kelsey Bennett. Bennett was 1 for 3 yesterday, the single. inside. Counts now 1-1. This is not the start you wanted if you're the Wolfpack. Already, your starting pitcher, Devin Wallace, has been replaced with Nestor, and you've given up 4 runs and no outs.
And it's really hard to do is when you're coming into a game after you face this lineup 4 times yesterday, and now you're coming in, you've got bases loaded, no outs, it's the first inning, and you've got to try to get out of it, and unfortunately it just didn't go Nestor's way.
Good pitch on the outside corner, floats in there. Then on the flip side, Hokies are coming out really strong, very patient at the plate, and then Strauss sees one that she likes and wasted no time to get that ball out for the grand slam. There's another swing, second swing of the day, results in a hit, and Bennett's just going to hang up at first.
Single from Bennett, puts a run right at first now for Hokie first baseman, number 2, Jamie Bailey.
She puts a good swing on it and sends it. It's a long single because it hits hard off the wall. You know, she made a big turn thinking about second, but decided to head back.
That brings to the plate number 2, Jamie Bailey. Ball bounced. Good stop there by Wagner, not allow Bennett to advance. Bailey was 1 for 3 as well with a single yesterday against Nestor.
You know, these Hokies hitters, after seeing Nestor so many times yesterday, you know, they're feeling good. They're confident. They're like, hey, we got the win yesterday. We faced her so many times, and now you come in, and, I mean, it's not like you're facing a new pitcher. So that's up to Nestor, right, to adjust to the hitters and throw something different.
Nestor twists, swings the arm, ball right to the middle. It's going to be Visser, and they don't get the double play. They get that out at second. Jones had a hard time getting that ball out of the middle, looked like, bounced it to Johnston at first.
Right, and Visser had an opportunity here to take it herself, but once again, that, you know, she's a freshman. She's still getting used to the game and the play at this level. So I expect her later in the season to make that adjustment and take that ball herself in turn 2.
It looked like Jones also slipped a little bit at the bag, resulting in a low throw.
I really don't think that matters. I think she had the play, and it would have been easier to take it herself. It's just really hard when they're that close together.
Ball 2 delivered low. Runners on first. Strike delivered there. Looked like Duff wanted a swing, didn't go around, but it was on the inside corner anyway. Nestor's checking for her sign now. Twists, delivers. Paints the inside corner again. Gets a really good pitch there. Helps her out now, 2-2. NC State still looking for the double play with Bailey on first. Duff was just a bit ahead of that one. Hits a little tent over past the Virginia Tech bullpen. Ball hit to third baseman Morris. Morris throws second, gets the lead runner Bailey out. That was a good play by Morris to throw it across her body with her momentum bringing her to the pitcher's mound.
And it's good on Morris here. You see as she fields the ball, her momentum's carrying her towards the base, and she's able to take a peek at the runner at second and see that she still has a play.
That brings Mackenzie Lauder up to the plate, the catcher. She didn't hit yesterday, but This is her first time facing Nestor. She's coming in with a .214 average with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Ball popped up high, and it goes right into Wagner's glove.
Route number 3, in the top of the first, the Hokies score 4 runs off 2 hits, 3 walks, they strand 1. Get to the bottom of the first, the Hokies score.
Home run by Emma Strauss, getting the grand slam for the Virginia Tech Hokies. Goes 4-0 in the bottom to the bottom of the first. And as Virginia Tech is up 4-0 off a grand slam by Strauss. Up to plate is Sam Russ, leading off again for the Wolfpack. Russ watches the ball go high. After Russ is number 28, Bridget Nordberg. Following her is Morris. Skylar Johnston is hitting cleanup. 5th is Randy Farricker in center field. Logan Morris, the designated player, is hitting 6th. Natalie Jones, 7th. Kelly Wagner, 8th. And rounding out the lineup is April Visser at shortstop.
The Swifts kind of juggling their lineup today, similar to how Coach DeMore juggled his a little bit. You know, they've got Angie Rizzi sitting out today, and she's normally somewhere in the 8-9 hole. And instead, they've got Randy Farricker and Jessica Moore both in the lineup today, who normally swap out at DP.
Ball wide. It's going to be a 3-0. Sam Russ yesterday had the leadoff triple, resulted in nothing as she got thrown at home on a ground ball to the third baseman. And Russ is walked. Leadoff walk, getting on base for second time in a row this series.
Here's Coach Moore coming out, talking to his pitcher. You know, just another leadoff walk. But Keely Rochard in the circle, someone to keep an eye on. Earlier this season, she threw back-to-back no-hitters. One of them was a complete game no-hitter. The other was a 5-inning run rule no-hitter.
And as we take a look at the defense out in the grass, we have number 14, Emma Strauss, out in left field. Center fielder, number 4, Darby Troll. And then Al Velasquez out in right field. In the dirt, Kelsey Bennett at third. Caitlin Nolan at shortstop. Maddie Banks at second. Jamie Bailey at first. And the battery for the Hokies is Rochard on the mound and Mackenzie Lauder behind the plate. Nordberg yesterday was held hitless, 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. She's looking to add her 13th home run of the season in this at-bat.
She had the opportunity in the bottom of the 7th with runners on to possibly hit a walk-off, and just quite couldn't barrel it up.
Ended up grounding out as the final out. Russ on first base. Nordberg steps in, 2-0 count. Ball bounced into Lauder. Now NC State is in a very, very similar position to the Hokies. They have 3-0 count to Nordberg, walked first batter, as that's going to be a walk to Nordberg as well. We just need some more wild pitches, and then we'll have basically the same start.
You know, Keely Rochard has been very good this season. You see 11 games started, 2.38 ERA. And I think we may have a change coming now.
It's kind of getting spooky how similar these
It really is, but
two very good pitchers only facing the beginning of the lineup, as that's
Carey.
number 25. And she's going up against Nestor again, who is on the mound for the Wolfpack right now. Eberly racked up 7 strikeouts in her start yesterday and is left with 2 runners on right now as she faces Logan Morris, who hit a home run off her yesterday.
Yeah, and just more of the same. You know, they saw her multiple times throughout the day, and now you start with your hot hitter who was able to really get a hold of balls that Eberly threw her.
Morris was 2 for 3 yesterday with that home run in the 4th and a single. Watches the ball go outside. It's a 1-1 count now. Eberly looks for her sign. Plants her feet. Starts her twist. Windmills and ball low. 2-1 count to Morris. As Coach Demore watches. The corner's playing relatively in. Morris hits it to the shortstop, and they're going to double him up. It's close play at first, and Morris gets doubled up by Nolan.
And it's a good turn on this double play as the ball goes straight to shortstop, and they're able to turn it just in time. Really close play over at first, though.
Right, bang, bang, and now just a runner on third. This is very similar to yesterday's rally in the first for the Wolfpack, having a good opportunity in the beginning and then kind of squandering it and just having one runner on third. Johnston a little early, almost hits the first base coach for the Wolfpack as the ball goes down past the first base line.
And that's something that when they practice hitting, they want fly balls, right? They want balls in the air. They don't want balls on the ground. And the Swifts have said, they're like, everybody knows we're going to hit balls in the air and we don't want ground balls. And that was a perfect example of why they don't want ground balls in certain situations.
Russ on third, Johnson up to bat. Johnson was 1 for 3 yesterday with a strikeout and a single. Johnson swings to the third baseman, and that's going to end the rally for the Wolfpack as no runs score. And at the end of the first, Virginia Tech is up 4-0 on the NC State Wolfpack.
Just for you. Fans, we'd like to ask you now to turn your attention to the top of the bleachers on the third baseline and welcome today's captain of the game, Cameron Huber. Cameron will be recording the Wolfpack strikeout throughout the game. Let's hear it for today's captain of the game, Cameron. Due up for the Hokies, top of the second.
Game plan has not gone all to plan for Coach Patrick Swift today, as Sydney Nestor is on the mound for the second day in a row. Ball goes high to Maddie Banks. Maddie Banks had an interesting day yesterday with her final at bat. She had the classic Little League home run with a bunt that got wild throw out into right field as she fouls one off on her leg.
It just goes to show what can happen when you put the ball in play and you have to force the defense to make a play. And with her speed, they just couldn't they couldn't field it cleanly and make the good throw.
That was one of the 2 errors on NC State yesterday as Banks hits it out to Randy Farricker, and that's a home run for Banks. Banks yesterday hits the Little League home run today, hits a home run as she shrugs her shoulders running around second. She didn't realize it was getting out of here. She was sprinting all the way.
Did you see Maddie Banks here with a slap? She's just trying to make contact with the ball, and she gets one up in the zone, and you see she shrugs her shoulders as she rounds first. She's like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Because I really didn't mean to do that.
She was almost a third as the time the ball got out of the ballpark. And that brings the top of the order up as the Hokies are up 5-0 now on the Wolfpack. Velasquez fouls a bunt back for a strike.
Tacking on a 5th run early in the game, you want to be able to take a look at this defense and see how they respond, right? Is it gonna deflate them some more, or are they gonna respond and make some plays behind their pitching?
Fielding error there by Coach DeMorit as the third base coach couldn't wrangle that one in with his hand. And now it's 0-2 to Velasquez, who led off with a walk from Devin Wallace. Wallace has been replaced by Nestor as Nestor looks for the sign. Nestor swings, delivers a ball on the inside corner. Maybe trying to get Velasquez to chase there, but this Virginia Tech team is very disciplined. They don't chase.
And that has to do with the approach that they practice, right? They have this unique situation where they have an assistant coach who can throw BP.
Ball's hit to Visser. High bounce lets Velasquez run it out as she gets an infield single there.
Velasquez places this ball perfectly. She gets the high hop that she needs in order to get a couple more steps, and Visser just has no chance.
Johnson stretched out as much as she could, but Velasquez stands up on first base. Troll steps in the box again. Ball outside. Troll today walked in the first, still with that .452 batting average. Now she's got a runner on again. Very reminiscent for her. Now she swings. That ball's going to center, and that's a home run right to the center field camera as third home run of the game for the Hokies as Darby Troll gets her 4th of the season.
Look at this Virginia Tech offense so far. 3 home runs in not even 2 innings. Darby Troll takes a ball on the inside corner and just puts it out to dead center. Hokies are having fun today.
Up 7 in the top of the second, no outs. And Coach Jennifer Patrick Swift comes out to talk to the umpire. And she saunters out to Nestor as number 18 comes in for the Wolfpack. And we'll step aside at the Wolfpack team.
It's her 6th appearance of the year. It's one of those situations now where, you need to get some of these bullpen pitchers some action and see how they respond being down 7-0.
Strike 1 delivered there. 2-1 count to Nolan. Nolan walked in the first. Was played in that grand slam by Strauss. And she hits one to the third base hole. Morris is able to get her out. First out of the inning for the Wolfpack.
Out number 1.
Woodall slaps gloves with Morris.
Brings up Hokie left fielder number 14, Emma Strauss.
This brings to bat number 14, Emma Strauss. Has a grand slam on the day so far. No runners on this time. She digs in against Woodall. Woodall delivers ball 1 low.
Woodall keeping the ball inside consistently right now and trying to jam the Hokies. As you saw in that last at bat, she just fisted it over to third base.
Ball 2 delivered just outside. As the umpire comes, cleans off the rubber.
Let's go. Stay positive, girl.
You know, there's multiple ways to throw an illegal pitch, and if he thinks he can't see the rubber and where her feet are, he's got to make sure he doesn't call her illegal if she's not.
The pitch came up.
And foul ball just past the third base line. Strauss hitting .432. Just got her 5th home run in the prior inning. Has 27 RBIs now. Woodall swings. And Morris diving grab from her knees. She gets Strauss out at first. What a play from Logan Morris in the hot corner.
And that's what you like to see when you're struggling early in the game and you get a big defensive play. Logan Morris able to make this diving stop and get the out from her knees.
The Wolfpack fans erupt on that play. Bringing up Bennett. Bennett watches one go high. Morris is able to get both out so far in this inning. And Morris looking for another, and she's not going to get her there. She's going for the hat trick of outs. And that was a close play there at first.
It's a tough play, you know, it just bounces barely in front of the plate, takes that really high hop, and at that point Morris has got to come up and she's got to make the clean play and throw a bullet to first in order to get the runner in time.
Woodall swings and delivers strike 1 to Jamie Bailey. Bailey 0 for 1 with the fielder's choice in the first inning. .340 batting average. She has Bennett on first in front of her. Ball. Bennett doesn't advance. Wagner wasn't able to keep it in her mitt.
A lot of balls going off Wagner's glove today. I'm not really sure why, because she's normally really solid behind the plate.
Been very bouncy, maybe has a little trampoline in there somewhere. Woodall swings, ball high. 3-1 count now, 2 outs. Runner on first for Woodall. Players check wristbands. Well, swings, good hack there. And that's another home run for the Hokies as Bailey gets her 3rd of the season, 4th on the day. And she steps on home, high fives teammates, 2-run shot there for Bailey.
Bailey just puts a good swing on this ball on that outside portion of the plate, sends it opposite field, and it just gets out on a line. It's like you said, the 4th home run. It's the first time since last season that Virginia Tech has had 4 home runs in a game.
Keep fighting, Pat. Keep fighting. Let's go.
Up to the plate is Lauren Duff. And for the other 5 players on Virginia Tech, you got to think it's my turn to get a home run. You want to try to see if they all can get it.
Hitting's contagious, and especially when you're hitting bombs like this, that's a lot of fun.
Ball popped. Johnson gets it. And Woodall came in, tried to stop the bleeding, apply the tourniquet, and Morris helped him out with a great play from the knees, but too much offense from the Hokies, getting 3 home runs in that inning.
That's where you can keep up with the latest news, behind the scenes looks and ways to win prizes throughout the season. You can also stay up to date on all NC State athletics giveaways, promotional days, and more. Just visit gopack.com/promotions for more information. Again, that's gopack.com/promotions. Six, seven, coming up for the pack. Bottom of the second.
Welcome back to Raleigh, North Carolina in the bottom of the second inning. Score is 9-0. 4 home runs for DeMoore's team. And Virginia Tech, when they get out ahead, it's hard to look back for them.
Right, you can see those numbers right there. They really do a good job of getting ahead early, taking their big hacks, and you've seen 4 home runs so far, and they can hold the opposition to next to nothing in the first 3 innings.
Yesterday, NC State scored their first run of the game in the 4th inning, holding true to that 3-inning stranglehold by the Hokies. Ball 1 is delivered by Eberly. Up to bat, center fielder Randy Farricker. 208 batting average, 3 home runs. Farricker was 1 for 3 yesterday with a double. Ball delivered high by Eberly.
The Wolfpack, they just need to chip away at this deficit right now. I wouldn't expect them to take a big hack for home runs because one run at a time isn't going to do it. They need to just put runners on.
And Farricker looks like she's going to dig for second, and she's going to get there sliding as the ball goes past the second baseman. Ball goes to the corner, and she's going to advance to third. And Farricker stands on third, putting some life into this NC State team.
And you can hear the crowd respond with that. That's exactly what NC State needs. They need that to get the crowd going and get them behind them because everybody's going to feed off each other. As Farricker gets a double into the right center field gap in a bad hop, gets past everybody, and she's able to stay alert and take third.
Farricker kept her eyes on the ball the entire way, high baseball IQ there to make sure she knew that there's no one covering third. As Moore hits the second baseman, Maddie Banks. Maddie Banks doesn't use the glove there, uses her arm, has it right up as she gets Moore out at first as Moore plates Farricker.
From Stedman, North Carolina, it's your Wolfpack second baseman number 12, Natalie Jones.
Moore just takes that first pitch she sees and with a soft grounder over to second, but it's enough for Farricker to score. And that's something that the Wolfpack needed. They needed that first run, and maybe now they can breathe a little bit.
Up to bat now, number 12, Natalie Jones. Jones yesterday had a tough go of it. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and she left 4 runners on base. This is her first at-bat today against Eberly. And just foul. 1-1 count. You see great turnout for the game today as Mr. Blue Sky is back, and the stands are packed in Dale Softball Stadium. Jones watches and swings strike 2, 1-2 count now. Eberly ahead in this battle with Jones. Eberly twists, windmills, and delivers as she strikes out Jones for the 3rd time in this series.
From Hartsdale, North Carolina, it's your kid.
Eberly, with the nasty drop ball that she has, gets Natalie Jones swinging right over the top of it. That's her go-to pitch, and Coach DeMore told us yesterday that that's her bread and butter.
8-hole hitter now. Catcher Kelly Wagner is up to the plate. 2 outs for the Wolfpack. Wagner hitting .226 on the season, still trying to get that elusive home run. This would be the time to do it if you're Wagner. And almost a great grab there by Bailey, laying out for her and just popping out of the glove over in front of the NC State dugout.
That's a great effort by Bailey at this little foul ball, and she comes diving across. You see she just lays there like, oh, man, almost had it.
Going back to Wagner, this would be the time for her to get that home run, get a spark going, and start cutting into this 8-run deficit. Strike 2 swung at by Wagner as Eberly is, again, dominating this NC State lineup, much like yesterday. Ball high, 2-2 count.
There's really no pressure at this point for the Wolfpack because they're down by 8. They just have to get runners on base.
Wagner fouls one back as Lauder goes out, chases, and shovels it to Eberly on the mound. Wagner steps in, touches the plate. Eberly swings and delivers. Ball outside, bringing the count to full now. On deck is number 5, April Visser in the 9-hole. Wagner gets it, fists it out to right field to Al Velasquez, and that'll wrap up the inning as NC State plates one in the bottom of the 2nd, making it 9-1. Virginia Tech on top.
Okay, fans, it's time for today's Name That Tune contest. You can be the first to answer correctly behind the press box, and you're going to go home a winner. Remember, you need to name the song and the artist correctly. And here's today's song. Again, be the first to name that tune correctly behind the press box, and you're going to go home a winner. Eight, 9-1 coming up for the Hokies, top of the 3rd.
Welcome back as the top of the 3rd is about to get underway. Make sure you check out the 7 Innings podcast, the weekly softball podcast with ESPN personalities covering the sport. Another good pitch there by Woodall, getting strike 2 in on Lauder. Ball high, first ball of this at bat. Delivery by Woodall. Gets Lauder swinging for the first strikeout of her appearance today. Good pitch there by Woodall.
And it's good on Woodall to be able to come back. You know, the Wolfpack kind of got momentum going last inning, scoring that run. Here she's able to get a strikeout of the leadoff batter for this inning.
Up to the plate now is Maddie Banks, who is one of the players who hit home run. Hers was a little bit different than everyone else's. She had that slap home run in the second inning, sprinting to second, then to realize the ball is now out of the park and she can slow down. Woodall swings, delivers. Another slap approach from Banks. Banks now hitting 300 on the season.
Am I allowed to have a favorite home run of the day? Because I think hers was it.
I think you are. I think she's also mine. So hopefully there's another by someone else so we can differ on our home runs. It's not fun if we both have the same favorite. I think her reaction was definitely the best.
That was it. That was exactly it.
Here's when I think she should have just played it off like she meant to do it. But you could see the personality of Banks come out there as she rounded second to realize. Two count. Infield checks the wristband. Woodall delivers. Foul. Almost takes out and gets in the Virginia Tech dugout. Just shy of causing some real damage in there. Woodall windmills. Banks fouls it just past the Virginia Tech bullpen, right in the bushes. And Woodall gets her second strikeout of the inning against Banks. Another swinging K.
Woodall just gets one up and in, and Banks is able to just swing under it. Woodall getting back-to-back Ks to start this inning, which is how the Wolfpack needed to start this inning.
Which is extremely tough against this Hokies team. They came in starting the series yesterday, only 64 strikeouts, struck out 6 times, now came in today 70 strikeouts on the season. Still very low numbers coming into ACC play. 2-0 count now to Velasquez. Velasquez 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. 2 runs. Good pitch, getting Velasquez to swing late. 2-1 count, 2 outs. Foul ball moves the count to Cones. As Woodall now is looking for a third strikeout to make it the first inning without Virginia Tech scoring.
And you have to like this outing so far from Woodall. I know she came in a tough situation, but, you know, she hasn't had much experience this season. She's throwing like 1 inning here, 1 inning there.
Beautiful pitch on the outside corner to get Velasquez with the backwards K. Strikes out the side. No run scored as Woodall strikes out Velasquez, looking to make it 9-1 going into the bottom of the third.
Congratulations going out to Nikki Vaughn. Nikki was the first to answer.
Back down for the bottom of the third inning as Eberly is on the mound. Leading off for the Wolfpack is number 5, April Visser. First plate appearance today. Visser having a tough go of it this season, hitting .087 on the season. 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 222 OBP.
She's got 1 hit in her last 9 games.
And right to Maddie Banks. Banks makes another play in the infield, getting Visser out, bringing up the top of the order. Russ is up to the plate now, walking in her first at bat. Yesterday had that leadoff triple against Eberly, her first time facing Eberly today. Eberly delivers. Ball strike right on the outside corner. Gets that one drop in there for a strike, does Eberly. Russ sets as Eberly delivers. Ball high, 1-1 count.
This is a good opportunity for Russ after walking in that first plate appearance, you know, being successful yesterday against Eberly, to maybe carry that into this at bat.
And she's gonna put one in, almost hits the S out in the left center field area, and she's on second standing.
Sam Russ seeing the ball well off Eberly this weekend, is now she's got a double to go along with her triple and RBI single from yesterday.
All she needs is a home run to get the cycle off Eberly in 2 days.
Hey, that's not bad.
No, nothing to scoff at. Someone who's looking to get something going against Eberly is Nordberg. Walked in her first appearance against Rochard. Has not faced Eberly yet, but yesterday was held hitless. As she hits one down right at the first baseman, does a little dance, tries to get out of the way, and she got tagged by Bailey. Pushes Russ to third again. Russ has been hanging out in that third base bag a lot this series.
And it's the timely hitting that just hasn't been there for the Wolfpack, and to get her across to score. And you look at like Nordberg again, situation, runner in scoring position. All she has to do is put the ball in the outfield. It doesn't even have to be a home run, and she gets a little check swing dribbler.
Brings up the plate Logan Morris. Hit into a double play in her first plate appearance. That was against Eberly. She has that home run from yesterday. Looking to add another. Strike gets put in. 1-1 count. 2 outs for Eberly, looking to get out of this jam. Russ on third. Really sets to deliver. Morris watches that one go high. Morris yesterday, it was 2 for 3 with a solo home run in it and a single off of Eberly. Ball 3 just outside. And on deck for the Wolfpack's number 34, Skylar Johnston.
Logan Morris is probably the hitter that you want up right now with a runner on after her success.
great backhanded snag there by third baseman Kelsey Bennett. No runs scored for NC State with Russ stranded on third again as we go into the end of 3. Virginia Tech 9, NC State 1.
Each of these will hold hands and pass the hula hoop down the line to the last member. First one to win the finish will be our winner. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, go! And we've got a winner. It's Girl Scout Troop 4483. Congratulations, you're going home with an NC State prize pack.
Welcome back to Raleigh, North Carolina for the top of the 4th, and power has been the name of the game for the Virginia Tech Hokies today. 4 home runs for this Hokie squad.
Emma Strauss, Maddie Banks, Darby Troll, and Jamie Bailey having a home run party as the Hokies have 4 home runs for the first time since 2018 in a single game.
Strauss got it going with a grand slam in the first. Banks had the slap. And bringing up to bat Troll, who's looking for her second of the day in the box now. Cameron Woodall still on the mound for the Wolfpack. 9-1 score in favor of the Hokies. Ball outside of Troll. Troll hitting .460 on the season now. When she's hitting leadoff, she's hitting 1,000. Ball fouled off into the bullpen by Troll. 1-1 count.
Virginia Tech just with this relaxed approach at the plate, right? They've got an 8-run lead. They're like, okay, let's just put the bat on the ball.
She goes right by Morris. Sneaks through as Troll's going to get a stand-up single as he sneaks into left field.
Troll just pokes this one on a line past Logan Morris. And one of those things, you know, Logan Morris hasn't been playing third base regularly. And by the time she reacted to that ball, it was already past her.
The ball is going to go, if it's fair, it's gone, and it's foul. Just pulled the left field pole.
Caitlin Nolan wanted that one as she was watching it, trying to wish it fair.
She realized it was her turn to get the 5th home run of the season, or the game, for the Hokies. And again, almost takes out Coach DeMore over there. More quick reactions. Pointed at her, told her to keep it fair. Oh, and the pitch out the back of Woodall. Woodall just slips it out there.
It's one of those things, you know, where it just accidentally slips out. It happens every now and then. But unfortunately, with a runner on first base, it's a live ball, and it counts as it's a pitch, you know, and even though it doesn't reach the plate.
2-2 count now. And as one of the ones that Woodall just wants back. Slipping out, didn't even make it outside of the pitching circle. Ball high, now it's a 3-2 count after she was up 0-2 in this at-bat. Troll on second. Nolan in the box. Behind her is Strauss. Nolan sends one to the road past the ballpark.
I love the sound effect for those foul balls that go out to the road because you see the reaction of the fans and they're turning around like, oh, is that my car?
It got me for a second as well. Then I realized it was way too loud to be a car horn. And walks Nolan to get runners on first and second is bring up Strauss. Strauss has been very dangerous in this series against the Wolfpack. Morris comes over with some words to Woodall.
Woodall is facing now the meat of this lineup. They've got 4 of the 8 hits for the Hokies today.
Ball's going to be hit right to Natalie Jones. Jones not able to double up Troll. Troll was too quick in back, but able to get Strauss out there with the first pitch swinging. It's big for Woodall. And it's going to bring up Kelsey Bennett, who's looking for her home run of the day. She's 2 for 2. She hits one right to Visser. Visser can't handle it clean. They're going to get the out at second. Ball just hit Visser right in the leg. Couldn't get it clean. Jones was able to rein it in at second base.
And Kelsey Bennett gets a hard ground ball here, and it just eats up Visser, which she's still able to get that out at second, but it prevented her from being able to turn a quick double play.
Bailey comes up to bat now, 2 outs. Ball high to Bailey. Bailey comes in 1 for 2 at that home run in the second. Her 3rd of the season. Runners on the corners for her as Woodall sets to deliver. Ball's going to be high. That's going out to Sam Russ out in left field. And Russ is able to rein it in and catch it. No damage done to the Wolfpack in that inning. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, 9-1, Hokies lead.
Great pleasure to welcome Maggie to the press box. Maggie's going to be today's Wolfpack announcer of the game. She's going to be announcing the Wolfpack lineup in the bottom of the 4th inning. Everybody welcome Maggie.
We are back for the bottom of the 4th. Make sure check out the ACC network coming in August 2019. 15 teams on one network. And up to bat for the Wolfpack is number 34, Skylar Johnston, facing Eberly today. Eberly delivers first pitch of the inning, ball low and inside. Johnson 0 for 1 today, grounded out in the first inning, hitting .301 on the season. Velasquez stretching out in right field. High chopper to third base, and great play there by Bennett. to get her out at first base.
Johnson getting that high hop to third base again, similar to yesterday, but instead she's beat at first base by a couple of steps.
Out to bat is going to be Randy Farraker. Farraker 1 for 1 today. She was the sole run for the Wolfpack, getting a double and high IQ play to get her to third as she saw the ball roll to the Virginia Tech dugout. Farraker was 1 for 3 yesterday with a double as well, and also one of the 2 runs for the Wolfpack. As ball 2 gets thrown there by Everly.
Farraker's having a really good season so far for the Wolfpack since transferring from Arizona State. She was out last season with an injury, you know, getting a fresh start here, and she's bouncing back nicely.
Farraker takes a strong swing at that ball on the inside corner. Farraker steps in the box as Everly sets on the rubber. Starts her twist, gets the grip on the ball, swings the arm and delivers. Farraker swings one back, fouls it off. Now it's 2-2 count to Farraker.
Everly really working that drop ball down and in. And with the way the Wolfpack approaches the plate with their open stance, they have to be able to recognize that inside pitch early, because if they close too soon, it's going to be harder for them to get around on that ball.
Fouled off right in front of the Hokies dugout there. Everly has been doing a really good job of making the Wolfpack keep the balls on the ground, not letting them have too many get out of the infield, and not too many that get off the ground. They have had a lot of grounders, many to Banks out in second base. And another one to Bennett at the hot corner, gets Farraker out.
Bennett staying busy this inning over there at third base as she's gotten the first 2 outs in 2 different ways. First with the high hop slow roller, and now with a hard shot from Farraker.
Up to bat now, number 10, or number 2, Jessica Moore. Moore 0 for 1 day with an RBI. She's hitting .241 on the season. Hitting .182 with 2 outs. Moore has a very strong bat wag while she's waiting for the pitch to come in, reminiscent of Gary Sheffield.
It's something that the Swifts teach, though. If you watch all of their batters, most of them have movement, and it's because their swing is one motion, right? So if you're already starting the movement with the bat wag, then by the time you have your leg kick and you put everything together, it's just one fluid motion.
When I used to play, I loved the bat wag, so seeing more and more intricate ways of the bat wag, something I really enjoy. 1-2 count now to Moore. Moore hits one to Banks. Banks throws it over to get the easy out of Moore at first base, and that will end the 4th inning. 3 up, 3 down. NC State trailing 9-1 as we go to the top of the 5th. Welcome back for the top of the 5th inning as the Hokies are up 9-1 against the Wolfpack squad. Up to bat against Kama Woodall is number 6, Lauren Duff. Woodall checks her wristband, stands, windmills, sends, and Duff swings the first pitch, pulls it foul, bounces out to Russ, and Russ is just going to send it back in.
This is a big inning for both teams. We've now entered the 5th inning mercy rule area, and if I'm the Hokies, I'm looking to tack on a couple more runs just in case NC State comes up in the bottom half and is able to get one.
Ball fouled back, hits a pole, and onto the fans. Duff today hitting .300, 0 for 2. Looking to get her. She's one of the few Virginia Tech players without a hit today. Woodall checks wristband. Delivers the 0-2 pitch. Ball just a little high and outside.
Bottom of the lineup, at least for the 7 and 8 batters for Virginia Tech, are both hitless. You know, this is now a time, you know, there's really no added pressure on them to do something big. So if they can just put a good swing on the ball and break this 0 for trend.
Well, delivers, ball goes low, it's full count now as Woodall paces, steps back on the rubber, checks for a sign. Duff is digged in, swings, fouls one off to the Hokies dugout. And full count pitch. Ball's gonna be just popped out to center. Gets in, finds a little hole right over Visser's head, and Duff gets her first hit of the game.
And right on cue, Duff gets a base hit into center field. Just after we said they, you know, those 2 batters, 7 and 8, they needed to get some hits.
And we're gonna have a pinch runner. That is number 19. Kinsey Johnson, who was a pinch runner yesterday for the Hokies team. And we're also seems that we're getting a pinch hitter. Or no, that is still Lauder. It is a pinch hitter, number 28, Grace Chavez. I was correct the first time.
Trust your gut.
Woodall delivers, and ball's going, and it is going to get out of here. Pinch hitter Chavez hits a home run right over Russ's glove out in left field, and that is a 2-run shot, plating some insurance runs for this Hokie squad.
Grace Chavez coming in as a pinch hitter, takes this pitch and puts it out to left field, extending the Hokies' lead, giving them 5 home runs today. And it's the first time since April 30th of 2016 that Virginia Tech has hit 5 home runs in a game.
And now another pinch hitter looking to maybe recreate what Chavez did. Chavez with a moonshot. That one got lost in the clouds possibly. That might be why Russ couldn't get to it in time. But we're going to have new batter now. It's going to be number 16, Meredith Slaw. Slaw comes in the season hitting .323, 3 home runs. Looking to add a fourth if what Chavez did could rub off on her.
This ballpark sees a lot of home runs. It's just ironic that NC State hasn't hit one this game, as they are pretty home run heavy.
No outs as Woodall looks to deliver the 1-1 pitch. Lead is now 10 for Virginia Tech. Ball fouled off her foot, right back to Woodall. That insurance run really helps you out if you're Virginia Tech to get out of this game early, try to get that mercy rule.
You know, that those extra insurance runs, it allows them to, you know, come back on defense next inning and just play relaxed and say, hey, you know what, even if they do score 1 run, it's not going to hurt us.
Slaw fouls him over to the bushes past the bullpen. Slaw watches ball 2 go high. This lead really allows Coach DeMoore to play with some pinch hitters, getting some players some more at bats and fine tune their bats like Chavez just did, hitting home run. And Slaw is gonna pop out to Woodall right on the mound as Woodall calls off Morris with the hand out. Almost stiff-armed her there if Morris got too close.
Sometimes coaches don't always want their pitchers making plays outside the circle, and they're, you know, easy pop fly for Woodall, and she's got to be able to call off Logan Morris over there at third, charging hard.
And Velasquez comes in to the box now, fouls one back. Velasquez 1 for 2, struck out looking in that 3rd inning when Woodall struck out the side, hitting .372 on the season, slugging .474. She's gonna foul into that bullpen. That bullpen has seen a lot of balls land in there today.
Hokies doing a good job, though, of going with those pitches, right? Because they're on the outside part of the plate, or maybe even a little off the plate.
.0-2 pitch, ball outside. Look to try to get Velasquez where she caught her looking in that last appearance.
Good idea by Woodall to try to go back to what worked before, but she just missed her spot.
Velasquez pushes one to Jones. Jones can't handle it cleanly, and that's going to be a good little hit there by Velasquez to run that out. Great hustle, and Jones just couldn't handle it clean.
Velasquez, hard shot to second, and it's just too hot to handle. And Jones, you can see she's grimacing. That one stung a little bit.
Up to bat is Troll. Troll's gonna hit one center field. Farraker couldn't bring it in. Farraker can't pick it up. Troll's gonna go to third, and that's gonna plate Velasquez. Another run scores for the Hokies.
Randy Farraker playing a new position in center field as Troll rips one. And she misreads it, and it just beats her over the head, and then she's got some trouble picking it up, which allows Troll to get to third. Farraker's a natural infielder. Spent most of this season at first base, played some middle infield and travel ball for the Corona Angels. Outfield, something brand new, though.
That's something you were telling me about earlier when we looked at the lineups. You just told me how it was going to be interesting to see Farrick around center field, and it took about 5 innings to see it come in, but you could see the inexperience out in that center field area. Ball high. 1-1 count. Troll on third base. Nolan looking for her first hit of the game. Has 2 walks today. Ball's going to be popped. Morris running for it. He's able to readjust and bring it in. Second out of the inning recorded for the Wolfpack.
Big out, getting Nolan to pop out foul there.
Brings up Strauss, 1 for 3 with that grand slam in the first inning. Has Troll on third base for her. Ball delivered high and inside.
Strauss had that grand slam like you mentioned, but she hasn't done much since. She's got a ground out and a pop out. Ball hasn't left the infield since it left the yard.
Ball delivered low for a strike. 1-1 count. Strauss hitting .421 on the season. Ball's popped. Wagner's chasing it. Wagner able to bring it in, but not before damage has been done by the pinch hitter Chavez for the Hokies. And Chavez just saw her first pitch and she sent it yard. Plating 2 on that home run. Hokies getting 1 later. Going into the bottom of the 5th, 12-1. Hokies are up.
Everybody. Fans, again, you want to stick around after the game. It's autograph time with the Wolfpack. The team will be available on the concourse approximately 10 minutes after the conclusion of the game. Make sure you get your Wolfpack autograph.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th inning in Raleigh, North Carolina, as Natalie Jones steps up to bat against Eberly. Eberly has really had Jones's number in this series. Has 3 strikeouts against Jones. Looking for the 4th as she delivers her first pitch, and Jones is going to hit it up to Nolan. Nolan's going to deliver first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for Eberly.
Wolfpack a little too eager coming out swinging on that first pitch. You know, now they need to extend the game at this point. The run rule is 8 after 5. If they don't cut into this lead and cut it down to 7, this game is over. So if I'm them, I'm taking my pitches, making sure that the pitch that I hit is the one I actually want to hit, and I'm just not swinging at it because it's a strike.
Wagner watches ball 1 go high. The Wolfpack really have a lot to do, especially now they only have 2 outs to work with. They need to cut into this 11-run deficit. 2-0 count now to Wagner. Wagner just shy of getting a fair ball there. Almost hit the bag with it. It's going to be a 2-1 count. Wagner 0 for 1 today. Flied out. NC State has not gone through their lineup a lot today. And on the flip side, Virginia Tech all their batters have been able to come into play as Wagner grounds out to third. Bennett is able to get the second out of the inning. Ball has not left the infield yet this inning for the Wolfpack. Up to the bat is going to be April Visser. Visser looking for a hit now against Eberly, trying to get a rally to get out of this mercy situation. And there she goes. Ball hit right up the gap. She's going to be in for a standing single, getting a little momentum going as we go into the top of the order, and Sam Russ is up now.
You have to like Visser getting a hit now. She's been struggling all year. She's been putting the bat on the ball, hitting hard shots just right to people. Good to see her find a hole.
And Sam Russ is up now against Eberly. Has been hitting very well against Eberly this series. Ball inside to Russ. Visser on first base. Visser 2 for 2 on stolen base attempts this season. Two-0 count now to Russ. And then behind Russ in the on-deck circle is Bridget Nordberg. Very quiet this series. Looking for an opportunity to strike and get out of a skid. Ball 3 low to Russ.
You see Eberly kind of shake that one off. She wanted that call.
Eberly steps on the rubber, gets her grip, starts her swing, windmills it in, delivers strike 1 to Russ. 3-1 count, 2 outs, runners on first. 12-1 lead for the Virginia Tech Hokies. Fouled off, now it's a full count to Russ. This could very well be the last pitch of this game. Fans for both teams willing for a strike to, either a strike to Russ or a hit for Russ, either way. And Russ is going to drop one, and it's going to be caught by Troll to end the game. 12-1 Hokies. Russ just flew out there as Eberly gets the win against this NC State team. They take the series 2-0.